We all must have been heard about SpaceX, or a man, Elon Musk. SpaceX is an American aerospace manufacturer, space transportation services and communications corporation in Hawthorne, California. SpaceX was founded in 2002 by Elon Musk with the goal of reducing space transportation costs to enable the colonization of Mars. SpaceX believes a fully and rapidly reusable rocket is the pivotal breakthrough needed to substantially reduce the cost of space access. The majority of the launch costs come from building the rocket, which historically has flown only once. Compare that to a commercial airliner. Each new plane costs about the same as Falcon 9, but can fly multiple times per day and conduct tens of thousands of flights over its lifetime. Following the commercial model, a rapidly reusable space launch vehicle could reduce the cost of traveling to space by 100-fold. While most rockets are designed to burn up on re-entry, SpaceX rockets can not only withstand re-entry, but can also successfully land back on Earth and refly again. Since 1972, only 24 humans have been to the moon, and no one has been back. NASA announced that they have selected the Starship of SpaceX to land the first astronauts on the lunar surface since the Apollo program. SpaceX's Starship is gearing up for its biggest challenge yet. On Sunday, CEO Elon Musk shared a video of the launch tower for the under development rocket on his Twitter. Located at the company's Texas facility, the tower will support both launching and catching the giant rocket, which will help SpaceX achieve a rapid turnaround time for the fully reusable vehicle. Elon Musk has nicknamed this wonderful masterpiece of engineering as Mechazilla, which is basically a pair of giant chopsticks. Musk explained on Twitter that if it had some legs, it would resemble Mechazilla. This is most likely a reference to the Mechagodzilla character from the Godzilla movie franchise, which first appeared in the 1974 film Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. Before this, the company has perfected its booster reuse technologies with the Falcon 9, which means SpaceX can reuse the most expensive part of the rocket to reduce spaceflight costs. But the Falcon 9 lands on either a land-based pad or a drone ship at sea, using its legs to steady itself. The Starship's Mechazilla approach means the ship won't require those legs to return to Earth. Musk explained in August 2021 that legs would only be necessary for landing on Mars and other planets until humans build local infrastructure to catch the ships. SpaceX will use the tower to place the 160-foot tall ship on top of the 230-foot tall Super Heavy booster to get the pair ready for flight. The company uses the booster to lift the ship away from the Earth's gravity, but only the ship itself will complete the trip to Mars. The video that Musk shared on his Twitter came during SpaceX's third round of testing for the tower arms. These tests involve raising the arms to the necessary height, with a steel bar between the two L-shaped arms simulating the weight of the ship. Elon Musk shared some details about how Mechazilla launch and catching pads will work last year in August. The booster will likely use 2 pins for lifting and catching. Musk noted that maybe it's better to modify grid fins to take more load, suggesting the plans are still in motion. The ship would sport something to flip out from the leeward side of the ship. Musk added that maybe it's part of the forwarding flaps, but probably not. Tank treads on the arms will slide the booster out to line up with the orbital launch pad, ready to fly again. The plan marks a sharp departure from SpaceX's other rocket reuse efforts. For the semi-reusable Falcon 9, the first stage booster either returns to Earth on a land-based launch pad or an autonomous drone ship in the sea. The rocket fires its engines during descent to come to a stop on the pad. So why not do that then? Because as Musk suggested, that using the tower to catch the booster and ship means that neither of them needs landing legs to support themselves as they return. The Mechazilla is the first of its kind, as no other space exploration firm ever had the idea of catching their spacecraft via massive chopsticks as it lands back to Earth. Last August, the SpaceX CEO first teased about the Mechazilla's ability to catch the Starship like it was a tiny piece of sushi. Some said that such a wild concept could end up being a monumental disaster if it fails to catch the spacecraft of SpaceX, but Musk replied, "Success is not guaranteed, but excitement is." The first ever test of the Mechazilla was seen swinging its arms to the left of the starbase at around 6:30 a.m. on October 28th, which proves that the chopsticks is now alive. Mechazilla is an integral part of the first attempt of SpaceX to launch the Starship to its initial orbital test flight. On October 6th, SpaceX started the assembly of the three major components of the Mechazilla, such as the carriage-like structure, the tower's QD arm, and its two giant arms. And on October 20th, SpaceX completed the installation of the catch arms of the Mechazilla to the Starbase launch tower after its first failed attempt last October 17th. Although Musk teased about the chopsticks last August, the SpaceX exec did not elaborate on how it will catch both the Starship and the Super Heavy rocket. Thankfully, a Twitter user that goes by the name of Exerspace shared a fan render on the social media giant, which Musk gamely responded to. The giant claw-like steel structure is designed to catch the Starship spacecraft and Super Heavy rocket as it conducts a propulsive descent. The arms attached to the tower will enable the company to develop a reusable launch system capable of flying multiple times per day. The first fully stacked Starship Super Heavy launch to orbit would be able to be seen from South Texas and land off the coast of Kauai, Hawaii, sometime before this year ends. However, SpaceX does not plan to test Mechazilla's catching capabilities during the first orbital flight. Musk previously said they wouldn't attempt it until Booster 5, the next prototype that will undergo testing. Engineers have already started the orbital Starship's vehicle's pre-flight test campaign. Last week, they performed a series of proof tests and static fire tests of the spacecraft's RVAC vacuum-optimized Raptor engines designed for propulsion in space. They are rapidly working to conduct more pre-flight testing to ensure the stainless steel vehicle is ready to fly out of Earth for the first time. Starship SN-20 will attempt to re-enter Earth's atmosphere, and SpaceX will assess how the Starbrick's heat shield withstands the extreme temperatures as it descends at high speeds towards the Hawaiian coast. SpaceX is working on a very tight schedule. It runs 24/7 shifts to develop Starship before the year 2023, when Japanese entrepreneur Yusaku Maezawa plans to be the first Starship passenger to go on a journey around the moon. NASA also hopes to land the first woman and next man on the lunar surface by 2024. The agency awarded SpaceX a Human Landing System (HLS) contract to develop a lunar-optimized Starship to land astronauts on our closest celestial neighbor. Now the question is, when are we going to witness this amazing catch? Until now, SpaceX has not revealed any data yet, but who knows? Anyway, I hope it all happens soon and I can't wait to see it. How about you?